Hey, I'm Alex. I'm a senior SEO manager at Inflow, and today I'm going to do a site audit on a brand that I really like, bulletproof.com. So let's see if they have any issues with their site, any problems that could be worth fixing. So here I am on bulletproof.com. First, I'm going to start a crawl, see how much I can get crawled in the next 15-20 minutes. See what my settings are here. Just crawl everything. Make sure that starts. I always like to watch it for a little bit just to see what's coming in. You never know if you might hit some issue where query parameter URLs are getting auto-generated and the crawler can't get out of them, something like that. All right, looks okay to me. So let's take a look at the site. So it's secure, that's good. Looking at the home page now. Well, everything looks pretty good on the home page as far as I can tell so far. The only possible thing that might be worth looking into here is the footer. There's a lot of links down here that I would guess a lot of people aren't looking at because a lot of people don't usually look at the footer. So there could be some consolidation that could happen here with some of these links and save some of that link authority that gets passed through the site, especially because you have this floating main navigation bar at the top, which I think would make some of these, like this learn link here is already here. So this section might not be very useful, kind of repetitive. Here's another example of unneeded links, probably. They have an accessibility policy here and also here. Maybe the privacy policy too, I'm not sure. They could probably improve their search results too. This is a common thing. A lot of businesses just go to a search results page. But there are some better search plugins out there for websites that will automatically redirect to the category page. So you don't go to a search results page, you'd actually go to the coffee page if one exists. The page is not indexable, so that's good. Search result page. Looks like they have OG tags set up, so that's good. Just make sure that their site shows up well in social media, and they have Twitter graph. All right, I don't think there's anything wrong with the search results. Let's look at their shop. So that takes you to all the main sections, at least, of the shop. Health upgrades doesn't go anywhere. So it could be a little confusing for users. Everything else links, it looks like, but health upgrades doesn't, just a drop down. Let's find a category here. Let's go to coffee. Big fan of their coffee. Okay, so this is something that we see a lot too with e-commerce sites is, I'm not entirely sure yet, but it looks like it just from a quick glance that each of these blocks is several links. I don't have time to really dig into that, but it looks like the image is a link, ground coffee is a link, and add to cart is a link, and they probably all go to the same page. So that's 3 links wasted on each product. So if you were able to wrap that into one link, that would prevent a lot of that loss of link authority. I like how they're including these images within the product grid. Oh, and then they have the SEO content at the bottom. So that's something too that I would consider testing removing. That might be okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we have seen case studies where removing it improves the page. So that would be something definitely to test. When we do have clients who add content to the bottom of their page, a lot of times these days we're suggesting they add an FAQ section. So it's more directly targeting the questions that a user would have about the product and not trying to fill it with information, which might make this page look like a blog post to Google instead of an e-commerce page. So that would help it better match that intent of the user. All right, let's go into a product. All right, so I see that when you click each of these roasts, these different roasts, the URL changes. I'm just wondering what's going on in the back end. So the canonical goes to the 3-pack, the original ground. Is this always a 3-pack? I don't remember what I clicked on here. So I don't know how Google sees that. I'd probably have to look in Search Console to figure that out. This stuff is behind tabs. That can be okay sometimes, but we've seen lots of studies that show that stuff behind tabs, despite what Google says, tends to not rank as well. So if you take it out of the tabs, the content can provide more value to the page. That's good. They got some frequently asked questions here. Not many, though. Good reviews, too. I would expect that they have a review schema on these pages. Let's check out schema.org. All right, so they have organization, very basic. They have breadcrumb. That's good. Always good to see breadcrumbs. They do have product schema and aggregate rating on that schema. Not reviews though. And it looks like the aggregate rating might not be complete. And it's good they have FAQ page. That's good. We'll do rich result test on a product page. Okay, so it is working. 4.8, 4,700 reviews. It's good they have product review schema going there. Let's take a look around the rest of the site. Oh, that's a homepage. We already looked there. The blog. So they're using categories and tags. Tags tend to be overused and low quality because as a site ages, tags are just kind of added to every blog post by whoever's publishing content, and it ends up becoming a big mess. If this is all the tags that they have, that could be okay. It seems like a good use of tags. They have author names, that's good. Have the date, breadcrumbs. So the author page only links to the blog post that they've written. It doesn't have a biography, so that's a missed opportunity there, I think, as far as appealing to Google's EAT, the things they look at there for expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. I am wondering if they have schema on here. It seems like they're doing pretty good with schema, so I would guess that they probably have schema set up everywhere. All right, let's test blog post with a recipe on it. Yeah, they do have recipes schema set up, so that's good. Let's see how they're doing with images. Good job with their alt attributes as well. Looks like this image doesn't have an alt attribute. Keto Pop-Tarts. So at least on this blog post, alt attributes are there on the images. Same with the home page. Looks like some of those images below the product grid are missing alt attributes. Let's look at Ahrefs real quick. So the traffic over the last 2 years looks pretty good. It looks stable. So that's really good, especially in the industry that Bulletproof is in, the health industry, and possibly in that area that Google can sometimes find questionable. So I think for them to be at this level of steadiness is very good. Now let's see what some of their top competitors look like as far as trends go. So this site looks like they got hit pretty hard 2018. This site is growing. This site got hit pretty hard in 2018 too. It's stayed pretty steady since then. And this site is growing also quite a bit. So just based on some of those sites that are growing, the fact that Bulletproof has stayed stable, that's a good thing. But seeing that some other sites in their industry, closely related industries, is growing pretty well, I think there's a lot of opportunity there. I don't know what that opportunity is, but there's something there. I wonder if Bulletproof is doing any type of PR or link building, because if not, that could help them. Well, nothing to note here at first glance as far as their backlinks go. It looks pretty natural. Yeah, nothing that I can tell as far as their links go. Nothing concerning without really digging into it. All right, let's go back to the site. So they have it wide open pretty much. There could be some things there that they might need to prevent crawling. That seems like a wasted sitemap. They only have one person in it. That is really good though, that they have a naturopathic doctor reviewing the content. I wonder if they're putting her name on any of the other articles, because that would be good for EAT. Yes, they are. So by Stephen Sheehan, reviewed by Emily Gonzalez. That's pretty good. That's a good idea. We've seen good results of doing stuff like that with other sites in the medical health area. All right, they have an author sitemap, lots of authors. Could be some category cleanup needed here. I would imagine that there might be some things in here that could be combined. It's kind of a lot of categories, not too much, but it's getting close. All right, what do we have here? This is the page sitemap. So these are the pages. Seems okay to me. These are the posts. I'm not going to really dig through that. They have faceted navigation. They have filters. The URL doesn't change, so that's good. Well, could be good. Okay, so the URL does change on the side navigation. The side navigation looks good to me. I don't see any problems there. Do they have any filtering? Yes. Sort by. All right, now let's check canonicals on this. Oh, canonical's good. All right, let's go look at Screaming Frog. Completed a crawl, 22,000 URLs. So they have some 301 redirects that need to be cleaned up on the site, just a few there. Are they linking to UTM parameter URLs on the site? So that could be a problem. They're blocking all of their social media stuff. That's fine. They have a few no responses. They might work, might not. That one's definitely a misspelling of the link. So they probably need to fix some of those links. They have 5,000 redirects. I wouldn't worry about anything that's not on their own domain though. Lots of Pinterest, PubMed. They do have at least some 301s that need to be fixed on the site. 301s aren't a huge deal, but they are good to fix. Google says that you don't lose any link authority through 301s anymore, but there have been tests recently that I've seen where, when I say recently, I mean the last couple of years, that have shown that you still might lose some link authority. It's probably very little, but why waste any of it? If you can fix it, as long as it's not going to require heavy dev work, I think you should. Looks like there's quite these are 403 forbidden. I might have been blocked. Yeah, at least that site blocked me. This one too. Some of these could just be they're blocking crawlers, so they might not actually be problems. At least that would be the 403 forbiddens, but let's check the 404s. Yeah, there's a few, even some from their own site, some old links still on the site. So there are some 404s to fix, 500s to fix. Some of these might have also been blocked, like Wiley. I'm guessing they probably blocked me from crawling. What else do we got here? They have some URLs with non-ASCII characters. Not a lot you can do except for recreate the URL in that case and then put in redirects. That's a little bit more work than is worth it for non-ASCII, but I would suggest that they stop doing that. Yeah, like this one has an apostrophe in the URL, quotes. Underscores are another thing. It looks like these are all UTM parameters. And you shouldn't be linking to UTM parameter URLs to your own site on your site. It messes up Google Analytics tracking. Uppercase would also be something I would suggest just tell them not to do moving forward. It might actually be all UTM parameters also, so maybe it's not a big deal. A few with multiple slashes that need to be fixed. Not a big deal, but should be fixed. This looks like a broken link. They accidentally repeated the URLs here. They're doing a pretty good job with SEO. Some things that they could address. Doesn't seem to be anything major. Some titles they could fix, just to make shorter so they don't get cut off in the search results. H1s. Looks like they're using multiple H1s. No, I'm in an H2. That's fine. They only have one page with a multiple H1, so that could be a quick minor fix. They do have a lot of images that are over 100 kilobytes. So let's see if we can sort these. Yeah, 3.2 megabytes is a little bit big, especially for a site that doesn't need to focus on photography. So could be some image optimization opportunities there. They do have some missing alt attributes. They have some missing canonicals. Looks like it's on the tag pages, which are not indexable anyway. So no worries there. Print pages. I'm running out of time here, but I want to check it. A lot of people accidentally leave print pages accessible or indexable. Let's just look here. Nope, it's no index, so that's good. I wonder if it's no followed, because that could also waste crawl budget. If those links on whatever page they exist on, if they're followable, they can waste crawl budget. So that might be something to fix. Let's see. It's no follow, so that's good. All right, there's probably more, but I have to wrap this up. There does seem to be some opportunities there worth fixing, especially internal links, 400s and 500s, and 301 redirects, or any redirects. They could probably also benefit from some link building and PR if they aren't doing it already. We've seen with some of their competitors, or at least closely relevant sites, that there is opportunity for growth in that industry. They're not growing, so there is some opportunity there. Would have to take some research to figure that out. Image optimization, reducing image size is something worth fixing. Reducing some of the internal links, especially on the product grids, wrapping that up into one link instead of three. That would reduce some of that link authority waste. There might be some things that they could add to the robots.txt. I'd have to spend more time reviewing the site to understand everything on the site, how the search engines are crawling it, probably looking at log files before I would put anything in the robots.txt, but it's a pretty bare robots.txt file. So I would imagine there could be things that could prevent wasting of the crawl budget. But for the most part, they're doing a pretty good job of SEO, just a few opportunities. All right, that's it. Thanks.